How fucking delusional. What the fuck are you, what kind of drugs are you taking? You're not anywhere near as bright as you think you are. I've told you this before. You're just not. Your whole model, your whole demeanor is you think they should be inspired to meet you. So far, you haven't met anybody yet. Now, how can I know that 8 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago? Because I'm motherfucking Freud, that's why. You have the tools to do it, and not that many do it. And it's pretty fucking easy. What I'm saying now, I said when you were here before. My story has not changed in 30 years. But people hear what you want to hear. Because it's never easy to make a hard decision. You're never ready to tell your wife, I'm through, I'm leaving. You're never ready to tell your husband, I'm through, I'm leaving. Never. I don't give a fuck how much you practice. That's a shitty thing to say. But you're never ready for those decisions. You force yourself. Now, I'm going to get to this because for the guys and gals that have deals that are dog shit, try them. Be my guest. Do it at your own peril. And then you go to Reddit and say fucking QLA doesn't work. If you put an asterisk and say, really, I didn't work QLA. That's why it didn't work. I can tell you the fucking outcome today, just as I told you, but you didn't listen. I could have 1,000 kids just like Czech Republic, but you're gonna go up and step on your dick anyway. Because when I say QLA isn't for everybody, what I'm saying is QLA isn't for you because you're not willing to make the sacrifices. And down deep inside, in that thread of DNA, when you're hiding in the UAE or wherever you're hiding, you know you were never meant to be rich. Some of you, as I said in the original seminar, wouldn't say shit if it was in your mouth. We know why. And how's your program worked out for you so far? But I remember exactly what the fuck I told them the first time we met. Remember the questions I asked? What did your grandparents do? Nothing. What did your parents do? Fucking nothing. What did your siblings do? Fucking nothing. Well, nothing, nothing, and nothing. Even in the new math, it's still fucking nothing. And you know it. For the Asian people in this room, you were put on this earth to be the pension fund of your fucking lazy fucking cunt parents. And that streams back to caveman days when the teeth fell out of the parents at 30 or whenever they fell out. Then you chewed the food for your parents and you put the food in their mouth. That's where it all started. And I've seen bigger loads than this. How's this possible? Because that's his way. It's the only way he's going to get to his goals is, But that's the baggage you were left with. And that's why it's easier to have kids, train kids, because they don't have as much baggage, because their parents didn't have enough time to fuck them up. Now, when the DNA was discovered in the early 50s, they said then, and they say now, that there is zero chance that this was random. No fucking way was the DNA strand random. So if there's no chance whatsoever that this is random, how the fuck did it happen? Alpha characteristics. It's not being an alpha male. And then over time, you'll get to know when to pull the trigger. The first couple of times, you probably, and you've already factored this in your brain. You've spreadsheeted it. You're going to make a fool of yourself because you're going to zig when you should have zagged. And you know that already. That's why you don't do it. And or you were so repulsed by your aggressive father, and you don't want, there's hardly anybody in here that wants to be like their father, if you know who he was. So you've already programmed all this shit. You don't have to be using the biggest computer in the world to figure out all this shit. You missed his soccer, you missed his this, because he's serious, or she's serious. And I'm not bragging, it's not nice to beat up girls, but I've beaten her up pretty good. She's still here, because I don't give you any slack because your English is poor, and I don't give any slack that she's Chinese. I don't give her any slack that she's 9,000 miles away. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care. The people that pretend to care don't care. They just play the game. And most people that come through the seminar haven't figured that out yet. Default's a bitch, guys. Default's a bitch. You press the fucking bank, which is the exact same thing. I think you asked the same question last time you were here. And I give you the same fucking answer. Yeah, don't shake your head, no. But almost everybody that comes here has a lapse of memory because denial's easier. Some of you can't understand why you haven't done more deals or the right kind of deal. I can tell you, easy. Contrary to what you said, you have not read and listened to every fucking thing on the internet because denial's easier. You haven't done everything I told you during the seminar. And getting back to you, we have guys that go through hundreds of banks till they find one. And once you find one, they fall like dominoes. When I was doing it, these many decades ago, it was that we didn't make enough money, and it wasn't that the property prices were so high. So it was up to us, me, or other major earners of the household, to go out and find additional work. For example, even before me, my dad had 3 jobs. Now the kids that can't get on the property ladder don't even consider getting a second or third job. So it's the same complaint, but the current marketplace or the market for the gen, whoever they are, is that they won't get additional jobs. And if you go back in the statistics to the late 1800s, it was no different. Except now the whining bitches whine more about because they're not willing to go out and get a second or third job. I'm not the only one that's in total cash. There's a few others. But some of the big companies like Microsoft, et cetera, they're sitting on, and Berkshire Hathaway, hundreds of billions of dollars in cash. And why is that? Because when the big motherfucker comes, cash has always been king.
He mentioned something about organic growth, but
He said organic growth is for the birds. He said organic growth is too risky. What he didn't add on is for losers. Go fuck yourself.